The Good Citizens Podcast.
Talking about famous performers or entertainers that have baby mamas and have some kids outside of wedlock, we can bounce over to my man Drake, and he has his famous baby mama situation and all of that.
Nick Cannon still got her tight. That's funny,
But on top of having his baby mama, Drake is still out there, doing his thing with women. And in this specific case that happened recently, flew out a woman and a singer to be on a track with him, whatever. Also flew out the boyfriend, and somewhere in that trip, ended up sleeping with the woman who has the boyfriend that came on the trip. So the question is, in that scenario, if you're the boyfriend or the significant other, what are you doing next? And second,
yes, Drake is the GOAT.
And second, what should the boyfriend have expected this? And does Drake have any? Is Drake messed up for that?
I want to hear what Doc says.
I mean, the boyfriend got to take that L. That's Drake.
Got to take it. So he got to break up with her and just move on.
He just got to let it be.
Should he stay with her?
Wait, how is Drake's son going to take? How is Drake's son supposed to take? His dad
smashing another woman other than his baby mama.
Let's just hope she's not pregnant. Let's just hope she's not pregnant.
We're talking about two different things right now.
Answer the question.
But no, the boyfriend has to take the L. The boyfriend has to take the L. At that point, like, once Drake was flying both of y'all out, like...
When you say take the L, you mean take the L and break up with her, or take the L and just be like, give her that pass because that's Drake?
No, like... Let her go.
Okay.
That's Drake's woman now.
Not necessarily.
One of them.
She's for the streets now.
One of them. Yeah, like at the end of the day, like he just has to take it to the L. Let it go.
Drake don't want her either.
I think he should have known. I feel like Drake has a track record.
And is Drake messed up for that?
I mean, it depends on how you look at it. I mean, they're not married necessarily, but I think he knew his intentions, and I felt like he felt like the boyfriend was like a minor obstacle that he could easily overcome.
Exactly.
What do you guys think?
Drake's not messed up for it. I mean, to the victor goes the spoils, right? Like, it comes with being Drake. Like, like,
oh my god!
And if he can pull it off, if he can pull it off with flying out old girl and her boyfriend. More points for him.
That was a risky flight to take anyway for the boyfriend. Like,
that's on the boyfriend.
Trying to get the bag.
That's on the boyfriend for allowing it to happen.
It's
and then publicizing it.
It's funnier because he flew out there thinking that he was going to like stop
it.
whatever was going to happen.
I'm here. He's not going to do nothing. We're going to get this back. How long? You said they were together for 9 years?
Eight
years. Okay.
And
they didn't get married in 8 years.
He said they were faithful, but it was a faithful relationship the entire 8 years. So he was hurt. That's what his Instagram post.
You can't. I'll give that to the female too, or the woman. I know females don't like.
We don't like that.
Yeah. Anyway,
we already had that discussion.
Yeah. Anyway, I put that on. I'll give that to her though, because I mean, a dude that's been with you for 8 years and hasn't married you yet, like and then you're willing to be flown out by Drake, like he should be able to read those tea leaves, and he should have just let it go as soon as she brought the idea to him, like, hey babe.
I mean,
guess who DM'd me?
Nah, the way she brought it was, oh, I'm Drake's flying me out. We're gonna work on some stuff together. And her boyfriend was like, nah, not by yourself.
Nah, she was more. She was
like, oh, we going?
She was more subtle. She was like, oh, babe, look at this. You'll never guess who DM'd me today.
What do you think, Esquire?
I think Drake is messed up, but I mean, just from my moral compass, I think it's messed up. But I also think that, I mean, this is an industry, right? Like, it's Drake. Like, I mean, I feel like it's very difficult to have a monogamous, faithful relationship when you are in that industry like that. And it's not surprising. I think the boyfriend kind of makes it worse by publicizing the whole thing because
right.
Nobody is really gonna feel for him. Like, it's Drake, dog. Like, like your girl.
There's certain dudes you got to understand that if your girl gets around them, there's a high probability that she's going to let them smash.
like,
And you just that's points for him. Like, hey, my Drake wanted
Drake wanted so bad. Drake wanted her.
Drake wanted my chick. Like,
So you taking her? You taking her back?
nah, I ain't say that. I ain't say that.
you definitely can't take her back.
You can't take her back, but hey, look, at least me and Drake are Eskimo brothers now. At least I can say me and Drake both smash the same chick.
Oh my god.
So nice claim to fame.
Hey, there you go. There you go. I think
One day I'll talk to you about a couple of Clippers. Couple Clippers I got some mutual friends with.
all right. Consensus is Drake's kind of messed up for that, but the boyfriend's just gotta move on with it, break up with her. It's over for him. He lost that battle.
Yeah, you
Agreed.
Take that, yo.
Next question.
Hold
is,
on.
Oh, okay.
No,
what
go
you
ahead.
got?
No, Esquire, so hypothetically, your wife is a singer and she comes to you and she's like, oh, babe, look, I have this opportunity. Drake wants to work with me. He wants to fly me out to work with him on his new album. What are you saying? What's your response?
I would not have married my wife.
If she was an aspiring singer?
Yeah. That's the first thought. So, secondly,
Yo.
All you singers out there.
secondly,
He already told you how he felt
shit.
about being in that industry and being monogamous.
I think you that's par for the course. I don't think it's realistic to
Drake on
expect
that line.
monogamous faithfulness in an industry like that. So I would know what it was. If Drake hit my wife up and hypothetically I was with a wife who was an aspiring
Right.
singer, I would know what it was.
So would you
So
try
you
to
would-
go with her?
Yeah.
Or would you tell her she can't go?
I would tell her it's been fun.
So you're really like, if y'all together at that point, and she came to you and like, hey, I want to go fly out to work with Drake, you'd be like, nah, I'm cool on you. Like it's a wrap.
Yeah. I mean, my wife. You saying? I mean,
Nah, I'm
Do you
saying,
think there's any
I
way
wouldn't
she
say your
could've
wife.
done
I
it?
don't even say your
like
wife.
if my girl,
like
if it's my
your
girl,
fiance, just like old boy that put this out. Like it's your fiance. Y'all been together for 8 years. You feel like you're about to marry her. Y'all planning a wedding. You envision her. You envision you being with her for the rest of your life, and then she comes to you with this one day, and you just ending it.
Yeah, I'm out.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, we know Drake's track record. You know he's up to no good.
There's only one path that leads to. Like,
Do you
I
think
don't-
there's any way she could have done it where like maintain being professional? Like if she
possible.
could she have like been like I'm bringing my whole team or like
Yeah.
I think she could have made it more professional.
I'm sure Drake doesn't as big as Drake is. Pause. No homo. I'm sure he doesn't. I'm sure he's not shooting 10 for 10. I'm sure he's not shooting 100%. I'm sure there's one out of maybe every 10 girls that actually does deny him, trying to feel like, oh, I'm gonna show him I'm not like the rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like how you would probably do.
That we leave that in the hypothetical space.
I'm not really a Drake girl. Period.
She's 1 out of the 10.
Yeah, I mean, we need to ask Doc. You with a fiance?
Drake got etched
Who is
on
it?
abs.
Is it
That's not
Drake?
my type.
Drake, who is it? Who's the dude?
Bryson
Yeezy?
Tiller.
Bryson Tiller?
No.
Which one?
Bow Wow.
When I was 12.
Who is it? Big Sean?
Nah.
Michael B. Jordan. He does music.
Michael
Yeah.
B. Jordan.
He's working on a mixtape.
Said he wants
Well,
you
he
to
doesn't
your
do
vocals.
music.
He is now in this
He
scenario.
wants wants you to play the doctor in his new film.
I'm flying out.
And your fiance.
Where we going? What fiance?
Exactly.
The one you with.
There you have it, ladies. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
More shots.
Okay, so scenario number 2. I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna ask you the question, but everybody else got to think about it in the reverse. During this quarantine that we just had, your boyfriend has kids.
Fiance.
Your fiance has kids.
That makes it worse.
And the world shuts down. You got to stay in the house with somebody. He says, "Babe, I'm gonna stay with my kids during the quarantine. I'm not gonna stay with you because these are my kids. I want to spend time with them. Yada yada yada." you taking offense to that? How do you feel about that?
I think that's a loaded question because one, is it just your kids or is it your kids and the baby mama? Am I invited too? Can we all stay together?
How the story was, we talking about Ebony K. Williams. She broke up with her fiance because he chose to quarantine with his young adult kids, children, whatever you want to term them as. He chose to quarantine with them over her. Now, as far as I know, it wasn't said that the baby mom was there. From what I know, or from how the story was presented, it was just him and his kids. So, with that being said, if it's just him and his kids, do you have a problem with him choosing?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. But I'm coming.
But what if the baby mama is there?
You said what?
What if the baby mama is there?
Then I'm coming.
I think that's the ideal scenario for everybody.
I'm not
to
petty though.
quarantine together.
I'll be cool. Like,
Yeah.
we good.
But if he says no,
And we
you
got
can't
money
come.
too.
What if
We
he
got
says
money
no?
too.
If he says no, you can't come.
What if he said
I
no?
just want to spend
but
time.
here's
She doesn't feel comfortable around you.
Okay, here's the thing. First off, I'm me. She would feel comfortable. But second off, if we're actually engaged to get married and you have kids, I think that's a problem at that point. We shouldn't even be engaged if I'm not cool with your baby mama. Period. So I'm just saying, like, at some point we have to get over that. So that to me wouldn't be an issue, and I would believe that honestly, I probably wouldn't have even gotten engaged to somebody where I think that would be an issue. It wouldn't really be a conversation, honestly, in that regard. It would be like already expected or assumed.
So you would only get engaged to a man who, if he had kids, that where you could be cool with the baby mom?
Yeah, I think that like for me, like I feel very strongly about like kids and how like and their perception and perspective and how, you know, I'm sensitive to that because my parents weren't together. And I know my perception when my dad or mom or whoever would have, you know, someone that they tried to bring into it. So off top,
I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, ask your question.
Did your mom ever meet any of your dad's significant others?
All the time.
Okay.
Only the serious ones. Like, but I mean, my dad had more than that, but we didn't meet them. I mean, I knew like, oh, this friend is, you know, I knew who she was, but like, she wasn't really going to be around like that unless she was like serious. And he only had like 2 serious girlfriends throughout my entire childhood. And my parents got divorced when I was like 5.
So you think it's necessary for them to know each other, for the ex-wife?
It's a respect thing. It's a respect thing. Because your kids, at the end of the day, they peep everything. When you doing drop-offs or whatever, because especially when the parents are busy, like that's why the whole Nick Cannon thing was like, because for me it's like
I'm not
going to talk about that. But I'm just saying, like, you're at some point when your father is busy as well, the mothers are going to have to interact. So if there's not that off top respect and energy right there where we're all on the same page regarding the kids, then that's a problem to me. And I don't think that Ebony K. Williams would have had this issue had she done that.
I'm with you.
So, I wouldn't have an issue.
There was some other stuff going on with that relationship.
It had to be.
There's some deeper issues.
It had to be.
Because that shouldn't be, like, it's quarantine, but you're not like, you don't have to be locked inside, like where you can't see anybody or nobody can come see you.
At the beginning of quarantine,
that's how people were, though.
We felt like that. We didn't know what
we didn't know what it was out there. Yeah.
Like, we all felt like if we went outside and breathed the wrong air, we was gonna drop dead within a week or two.
Like
it was. It was unknown.
I'm not a good example because
it was unknown.
But no, fair enough, fair point. But I still feel like there's some deeper issues going on that probably
that was probably the breaking point.
The breaking point,
and that's why I said that. I'm like, well, who else was there? Like, what was the issue? Because it sounds like maybe he was choosing up.
But I also respect Ebony. Like, I think
he
more
was
people
ready for some time away from her for sure.
Right. But I think more people should define what they want and what their expectations are. And her expectation was that he choose his quarantine with her as opposed to his kids, which is fine for her to want that. And when he chose otherwise, she made her decision on, like, this is not for me. And I can respect that.
Touche.
The Good Citizens Podcast.